Level 2, Bottle Grotto.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. The last part we started and finished the Tail Cave while doing some side stuff afterwards. And now we're gonna tackle the second dungeon in the game, the Bottle Grotto. Starting off, it's pretty simple though. As you can see right there on the right of the screen, a certain gimmick from A Link to the Past onwards is returning. But we're gonna blatantly ignore that for about 20 seconds so we can head over in this direction. This is actually an entirely optional direction, though there is a major difference to it in the original Link's Awakening. And you're gonna be listening to this song again. Alright, bring this hard hat over here, jump over, and then knock it down. But we can also get the stone beak for this dungeon. Each dungeon does have a stone beak, by the way. It wasn't just the Tail Cave exclusive tutorial thing. Though notable in the original Link's Awakening, not DX, that was where the dungeon map was. I wonder why they changed that, because it's actually good to get a map early on. But, oh well. Over here we see the return of the gimmick, the blue switch. Which, of course, when you hit it, switches the height of blue and red blocks. Actually, no, I think all the... Well, I say blue and red, but I think all the blocks in this game in specific are actually blue, because... For being a Game Boy Color version, they couldn't code more than one color from the main dungeons? Oh, Shy Guys. Shy Guys be dead. That's another random Mario cameo. Keep in mind, there'll be more. So can you tell I hate this song yet? As much as I really like the Piece of Power and the Guardian Acorn effects, because those are very cool things to have in a Zelda-like game, I hate the music. It replaces the decent music with pretty repetitive, Anyway, this guy's just kind of tricky. You have to worm him around on top of those pots and then spin attack him in the butt. Anyway, for doing that, we get the compass. Which is not necessary at all, actually. A lot of the early sections of this dungeon, if you're not going for the keys, are very simple because you just have to go through certain rooms and certain rooms alone. I'm only getting these because they're technically important items, but I don't really need to get them. Part of the floor is raised to have the blue crystal. Yes, we know that owl thing. We know that very much by now. Either way, now we can finally head over to some new territory with some spiked beetles. Did I say new territory? I meant that loosely. And I wonder what we have to do in this room. Wow, this looks pretty heavy. You won't be able to lift it with just your hands. Yeah, for some reason, a lot of random items have text like that if you try to use the item that they're meant for before that. Like, if you rub up against a bombable wall, it'll say something. If you rub up against pots, it'll say that. It's cool the first time, but then you realize you're accidentally rubbing up on a bunch of those, and you're very annoyed. Ow. Stupid spark. Actually, part of me at this point is trying to get rid of the Piece of Power because of the music. Well, thinking about it, I probably should have held off on doing that until after the mini-boss. Because the mini-boss of this place is coming up, I think, in like 10 seconds. Yeah, more or less. And, he's not a nice fellow. Should have held on to it. I really should have. Anyway, you don't actually need to light the room up, I'm just doing it because I could. Anyway, time for the mini-boss of this place, Hinox. Hinox, Hinox, whatever, sucks. He throws bombs at you, which is alright and all, but then he charges at you and throws you, which does a full heart of damage. And if you land on one of the crumbled tiles, you're most likely guaranteed to fall and take another heart of damage. He hurts. Thankfully, I just barely killed him in time. And like all mini-bosses, we'll get the warp, and we'll also get a fairy. I'll actually be cutting back to the, through the portal in a couple moments, so keep that in mind for later. I don't know why I'm being so vengeful against this bat. Maybe it's because I was, no, what it was? I had played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World just earlier that morning, and the bats in the Lucas level just completely screwed me over. Anyway, here's an interesting little enemy. The vacuum thing. It sucks you in. Also, here's the map. We get that a bit late in the dungeon for my tastes, because for the most part, the rest of the dungeon's a straight shot. So that's odd. And in here we get 20 rupees, not 50. What are you talking about? I was not about to say 50. What? Booze? Are we sure this isn't The Legend of Mario? By the way, the booze are pretty simple. Just light one of the torches in there, finally being able to make hits. That was bad grammar. And we get the power bracelet once again. At last, we can pick up pots and stones. Indeed, we can. In fact, because of that, you may have noticed in the very first room of the dungeon, there was a treasure chest. Let's go back and get that, shall we? Get out the power bracelet, hold A, and pull them up. And we get 50 rupees. This is what I was thinking about earlier. And now we're gonna head back to that room we were in earlier. There we are. Also, you've likely noticed it by now, but you have seen in a couple places items attached to wings that you can only reach by jumping. I have no idea what the purpose of those are. They're there for refills in some cases, like that magic powder there, I suppose. But it's kind of an odd decision for that. I mean, I think Minish Cap had it to some extent as well, but I forget. Either way, once you're over here, you're more or less at the end of the dungeon. Oh, great. This somewhat eerie music was replaced by high-pitched annoying music. Great. 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 You don't actually have to hit that switch at all. You're done with the switches at this point. In fact, we're almost done with the dungeon. Yeah, it's not a very long one. If you head up that staircase, you'll end up back in the room to the right of the mini-boss. You can also find some piranha plants along the way, but if you talk to the owl back there, it says first the Paul's voice, last the Stalfos. Follow that enemy killing order, and you get the Nightmare's key. Though, Paul's voice, you're usually supposed to kill him with bombs. We don't have bombs. Yet. And there's a piranha plant. Seriously. Why all the Mario cameos? I always forget that. Yeah, you'll see me doing that a lot throughout the game when I want to look at the map. I accidentally hitting the select button instead of the start button, because the select button is the map in the Oracle games. Even in dungeons. In dungeons here, it's only the start button, which throws me off a decent chunk, actually. And in here, we got more Paul's voices and a Zal we need to kill. I think it's a Zal, or is that a bot? Or is it a Choo-Choo? There's too many jail names. Be consistent, Zelda. Like, is it Dinalfos or Dinalfos? Either way, this is more or less the last main section of the dungeon. We just got to use the pots and lower the platforms. This one, though, make sure you don't throw this pot, because you need it in order to weigh down this platform, because apparently it's a thwomp. Odd, but I'll take it. Either way, once you've done that, you're more or less done with the dungeon, though you still need the Rock's Feather to jump over to the boss. Because I was being a dumbhead. Forgot about this! Though it really has a reason to be here. Anyway, time for the boss, which is whatever the hell this thing is.
Ha 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 ha! I'm your bad guy this time. Ha ha ha!
What's going on?
Yeah, you can't hurt me as long as I've got my bottle.
And he means that. You cannot physically harm him at the moment. He's just gonna float up there and throw some fireballs at you. For a bit. Then the pattern is going to change quite a bit. Hit him with your sword.
I can't move, but I'm still alright. Your little sword won't break this bottle.
Yes, but lifting it and throwing it will. Eventually. You have to repeat this 2 more times. Which is why I gracefully sped it up for you. Come on. Man, the boss music sounds really interesting sped up, doesn't it?
Why, you broke my bottle. You're making me hopping mad.
And now we're just gonna warp around a bit and try to hit you with fire. Just sword attack him at this point. He's very easy. This guy's name is Genie. He's pretty pathetic, if you ask me. Yeah, the bottle is the more threatening thing about the boss fight. Once you get to this phase, he's pretty easy. Though, as you can see, he can put a decent hurt on you if he touches you. And now for the second instrument. You've got the conch horn.
Prairie. Prairie. The prairie is waiting.
Well, that was the thing. Oh, and thank you, Bow Wow, for being cooperative for once. Either way, now that we're done with Bottle Cave, it's actually time for us to go say goodbye to Bow Wow. We need to take him back to his owner. As soon as he gets this thing out of my way. Come on. Thank you. I really do hate his pathing because he takes out the enemies you don't want him to take out first. Sometimes, other times he cooperates. Not so much on this playthrough. I blame the LP curse. Anyway, we want to head up here first. And come to this room, which is pretty useful because it's a bunch of money. And money is useful. Get out of my way, green thing. And we get 50 rupees. Very nice. I do like it when they add little subtexts to the, rupees like that. My favorite one, though, is from a lot of the 3D games, what they used to describe 1 rupee. You got 1 rupee, don't spend it all in one place. But, wait a sec. Either way, now we're back in this screen of Mysterious Woods, so we can come down here, and this looks familiar. From A Link to the Past. It's probably nothing. Sprinkle magic powder. Okay, this is very familiar. Oh, it's you again.
Hey, kid. You woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot. But now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'll let you carry more magic powder. Are you ready?
Yes.
Probably should have put a seizure warning there, but oh well.
You deserve it. Now look at all that junk you have to carry.
Ha! Take care. See you again. I think that raises the maximum up to either 40 or 50, I forget. And now we're back in this cave in the Mysterious Woods. I'm jumping around a bit, I know, but I need to do this for convenience's sake, and so that the part isn't over 24 minutes long due to me forgetting where to go. But we can finally get this piece of art we saw back in part 1, piece of art number 5. And now we're back on this screen in the Mysterious Woods we may have been to earlier on the very southern edge, so we can get Secret Seashell number 2 of 20! Yeah, we're finally gonna start collecting these again after not seeing them at all last part. We gotta get a couple more. Either way, now let's go back to Madame Meow Meow. Ho ho ho! I really appreciate what you did for my poor precious Bow Wow. You're such a nice boy. How can I ever repay you? I don't. Oh! You got a word for Madame Meow Meow. Lucky. It actually restores your health too. And now we're finally heading into the main story because I want to buy the shovel for 200 rupees. You should have that many by this point if you've been following this as a walkthrough. And I also want to buy some bombs because might as well get them now, right? There's actually a way you can steal the items, which is a way a lot of people recommend you get the bow there for 980. But I don't want to do that because if you do the stealing trick, your name gets permanently changed to Thief. So I won't be Link, I will be Thief, and I don't want to be Thief. Anyway, dig here, get Secret Seashell number 3 of 20. You can actually bring Bow Wow into here, and in certain areas he'll actually tell you to dig. And you can get certain things. And now we're back in Tail Cave! I mentioned this bumpable wall, I think, when we were there last part. But if we could bomb that wall and come in here, we can get Secret Seashell number 4. And with that, we're largely done with my collecting. For now. And now we're gonna meet back at the shop so we can get one last thing before ending it off. We want to head east of May Village and explore new regions of Koholint Island. And by that I mean head up a screen, go into here and push some blocks around to get some more rupees before ending off the part. Yay! Money! But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 4 we'll be exploring more Koholint Island, going on the way to the next dungeon. See you guys then.